Welcome to Catholic Views. I'm your host, Renee Kranz. On today's show, we will have the last of the newly ordained priests. Father Scott Miller will be with us to talk about his ordination, what he's looking forward to as a priest, and actually, we will not be talking about what he looks forward to as a priest because he is a chatty Cathy. Self-admittedly a chatty Cathy.
Yes.
We get to hear all about his call to the priesthood, and it's a really great story. So I hope you'll stick around for that to see if he really proves to be that chatty Cathy. I'm going to say chatty Cathy one more time. First, Dr. Bergwald is here with us for Biblical Bites with Dr. B.
With Dr. B.
That's the closest you get to a song.
But that's
Biblical
a very
Bites with Dr. B.
NPR style
Yes.
introduction.
Sorry.
I look forward to hearing Father Scott Miller talk about the crucial point at which his high school small group leader led him closer.
He never mentioned you. You know,
What?
that's funny.
No,
He
not
did not,
once.
did he, Bill? Not one time. We're going to have to reshoot that interview. I
Father
think.
Miller, we're going to have to talk. No, he and I joke about that often. Clearly, Father Scott, it's because you're in the seminary and now you're a priest. Because
Obviously.
he gives me a hard time. Nope, nothing to do with you.
Not at all.
So, Renee. All right, Bill.
13th?
Bill, is she right? Oh, ding, ding, ding,
Bill
ding,
says I'm
ding.
right.
So it is indeed the 13th Sunday in Ordinary Time. What cycle of readings?
B.
Oh, well done. What's the gospel
B,
in
Bill.
year B?
What? What gospel? Mark?
Yes.
Yeah.
3 for 3.
I know.
Renee.
I'm just going to make
This
sure
is
Bill
much
can't
better
talk.
than the recent episode of Ignition re-recorded.
Yes.
So today's gospel is Mark often as a writer, he'll sandwich one story inside another.
Okay.
So what we see in today's gospel, it's one of the most well-known stories, and it's a long gospel reading. Relatively speaking, it's probably like a whole 4 minutes instead of 2.
Oh,
or something.
boy.
I don't know how long it is when you read, but in my devotional, it's a page and a half.
Oh, yeah.
Long. It's where Jairus, who's a synagogue official, comes to Jesus. My daughter's sick. Can you heal? Mm-hmm. And Jesus, yes, go. And there's a bunch of people, and this woman who has a hemorrhage, she's been bleeding for 12 years, comes. She touches Jesus, gets healed, and then they get to the synagogue official's home, and Jesus raises the daughter from the dead.
Right.
So, story of Jairus's daughter is the bread. And the PB&J or the pastrami and whatever, the meat of the sandwich is...
Bill, you got anything, Bill, to
No.
fix this over
No,
here?
those are-
No, I want to know if you can fix what's happening.
is the woman with the hemorrhage, right?
Right.
Okay. So, couple little things, and again, we talked about this last week with the calming in the sea. How when these stories are taken out of their larger context, we can lose some of the cool details.
Mm-hmm.
So the reading begins when Jesus had crossed again in the boat to the other side. A large crowd gathered around him, and he stayed close to the sea. One of the synagogue officials named Jairus came forward. Seeing him, he fell at his feet and pleaded earnestly with him, saying, "My daughter's at the point of death. Please come lay your hands on her that she may get well and live." He went off with him, and a large crowd followed him and pressed upon him. So what we don't realize, because we can't read all of Mark at the Mass, is the last time Jesus was in a synagogue, they wanted to kill him. Or at least he received a very cool welcome.
Oh. That might be a little different than wanting to kill him.
Well, but it may have been
It
they
leads
may
to
have
that.
intended to stone him, right?
Sure.
So that's one thing. So now there's a synagogue official who's like, please come.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, synagogue official. Most of the synagogue officials were Pharisees.
Oh, okay.
So the Pharisees are the black hats of the Gospels.
Right.
Usually they're the kind of the bad guys because they have this idea of what the Messiah should be like. Jesus is not it. What's he doing? But this one, Jairus, the synagogue official, who's likely a Pharisee, therefore, comes and he falls at Jesus' feet. This is something you only do with a figure who is socially or religiously superior to you. Oh. So it's the synagogue official now who is basically who's literally falling at Jesus' feet to come and heal his daughter. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I think that's an interesting contrast between how Jesus has been
never thought about that.
and will be received. Yeah. The woman had been suffering from her illness, her ailment, this continual hemorrhage for 12 years. How old do you think is Jairus' daughter?
Let me guess. 12?
She's 12. She's 12 years old. The woman is ritually impure because of her hemorrhage. She touches Jesus and is healed. Normally, when you touch a dead body because the daughter had died, you're rendered ritually impure for a week. Jesus brings her to life. So there's all these details that show us the power of Jesus to heal those of mind and heart.
Good stuff, Dr. B. Thank you.
You bet.